Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning business chat. This is Gregory and Robin up here in Bozeman, Montana, welcoming all of you, and especially if there's anyone new, if you'd like to raise your hand and say hello, we'd love to hear from you. But uh, we do these calls every Thursday just to kind of share business ideas, Q&A, and our Monday call is the Monday morning miracle call, we like to call it, because we have so many wonderful testimonials on Monday morning. It's a great way to start a week. But here we are, and the time on this call, we like to discuss business topics. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone. And when you would like to say something, you're welcome to either raise your hand or unmute yourself and just chime in. This is kind of a roundtable environment where we're all here together to learn from each other. So really love that. As I said a few moments ago before we started the recording, every Wednesday morning at the same time, we have a director's mastermind for those of you in the Live Younger team that are a director above level. And we look forward to, welcoming all of you into that call one of these days. Some of you were on that call. It was a very lively call yesterday, and we discussed a number of topics, but the topic that we wanted to put on the table here for us to talk about is how and why to use the Vibrant Living Facebook group. And I'm going to do a true life confession. The penny didn't drop for me until yesterday. I watch Robin, and I know a lot of you participate in the in the Vibrant Living Facebook group. And it's a great place to go find a recipe for apple pie. And it's a great place to read an inspired quote. But I'm thinking, what's that got to do with the business, And the penny didn't drop for me until yesterday. Robin shared with me something that I went, oh my God, this is brilliant, And the Vibrant Living is a repository for compliant testimonials for almost every need and requirement. And I didn't know that section was there, and I bet many of you don't either. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to mute my microphone, Robin, so you can unmute yours and turn it over to Robin, and she's going to screen share. You might want to get the Vibrant Living up. Okay. And just kind of share with you this valuable place, this storage of testimonials that you can push someone in and tag them to. And, I didn't know it was there. It's a very rich resource for us now. So I'll kind of zip the lip and let Robin take over for a bit.
Hey, Gregory, if Robin is speaking, we can't hear her, and there are people in the waiting room.
Thank you, Helen.
We're working on it.
Oh, your volume's on.
We'll be there in a minute. Hang in there.
Now, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yay, yes. Thank you. And Helen's our quality control. You are amazing. It takes a village, So let me introduce.
Big echo though.
Okay,
There's
still?
feedback, a lot of feedback.
Is it still happening? Should be,
Not
should be good.
now.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, as you can tell, we're sitting next to each other and one of us has to mute. So, see? Okay. So let me introduce Vibrant Living to everyone. And the way to get there is Vibrant Living FB, as in Facebook.com. This is a community that is specifically designed. It's a new way to use social media to build business. It's especially designed to welcome people that are prospects and to support retention of customers. And so it was designed and it's very different than the way we use Live Younger. And it starts out with, boy, the post, let me see. Okay, everyone should watch this first because it explains what the guidelines are, which are very different. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I want to get into the meat of the matter. But basically on this page, we do not mention anything branded. We don't mention company names of any sort. We don't mention product names of any sort. It's designed to support people in vibrant living. And we have different topics of fitness and health and lifestyle and inspiration and recipes. And the greatest gift of this page is stories. And so people share their LifeWave stories without mentioning the name of the patch or the company. They just share the stories. And as many know, through the summer months, the story that gets the greatest engagement gets a free sleeve of X39 with some gift cards. So please take the time to watch this. And then if you want to invite people, what you do is you go to this invite tab because then they will be tagged to you. And we have a group of admins and Helen is one of our admins and she's doing an amazing job. And I don't know how many others are on the line here today. But when let's say you see a story, and I'm going to show how to use this. You see a story. Well, I'm going to show you where the stories are because that's what shifted Gregory. And you go to the guides, and guides used to be units. It's now called guides. I don't know why they did that, but they did. So you go to guides, and this is where you find a lot of great stuff. Here's the welcome. Here's some health and fitness. Here's a whole bunch of recipes. If you look at this, 263 or more recipes. So if you want to get some healthy recipes, a great place to go. Guide 4 is stories.
There's the gold.
So let's say you know someone that has a challenge with restless leg, dancing legs, they're calling it. They put a story up here. You have a friend that deals with that. You click on that. I don't know why it's not opening. And you tag your friend. But before you tag them, you call them up and say, I was just reading this story in this private Facebook group that I'm in. And I thought of you. And it's about, dancing legs. I know you've told me you have, and I'm going to mention the diagnosis, restless leg syndrome. We don't talk about that on Live Younger. You can talk about it here because we have nothing connected to the company by mentioning LifeWave or a product name. And so you say, I came across this story and I thought of you because you told me about this challenge you have. And I'd like to invite you to this group. It's about vibrant living. It's a wonderful community. There's a lot of inspiration and lifestyle and health and recipes. And I'd love to invite you. So what you do is you go to that invite tag after they say yes, you invite them and you tag them in the comments. And you put @ and their name. And then they get to see this story that talks about our products without mentioning their products. And
Could you show us how to do that? Send it to me.
Okay, so I'm going to go to a comment and I'm going to put @ Gregory. And then I click his name. And so now he's going to be tagged into this post. Now, when you invite them, you also want to tag them to that introduction that gives the guidelines, because say I'm going to, also tag you to the guidelines of our group so you understand what it is. And then from that place, if you want to share, you want to comment, you're welcome to do that. We'd love to have you in the group because it's a really inspiring place to be. A lot of us go there every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and get inspiration every day. Now, when a prospect comes to this and they say, I want to know more, then, it may be that someone writes in here, oh, this is interesting, I want to know more. Then you get back to the person that invited you. And as admins, if you invite people the way I recommended you invite people, which is back on the homepage here on this invite tag, then they're tagged to you. And as admins, we watch for those. And what happens is people say, well, I want to try that. They become customers, and sometimes they refer other people as customers. Sometimes they have great results as customers and start sharing, and they're ready to not just get their product for free, and they become distributors. So this new concept in social media has become very effective as a very gentle way to bring people in as prospects without being sold anything. It's just an opportunity for them to get exposed to a lot of wonderful things. So when you take a look at, you want to say something?
Could you scroll through the guides a little more and show them the extent of the
Stories?
stories and testimonials?
Yes.
And the nice thing about this is a private Facebook group. This is not something that the FDA or the FTC and their web crawlers is going to find, because they can't get in there unless we invite them in. And I don't advise anybody to invite them in. This is a private group. It's a safe environment, but we also want to be compliant. But as Robin says, if you're talking to your friend and they say they have arthritis, you can look for something related to, the symptoms of arthritis and tag them to it. And I was just blown away to see how many stories there are in there. All of a sudden, this has tremendous value to me, where before, because Robin does most of the cooking in our house, I wasn't interested in those 243 recipes.
So here's this is what happened to Gregory yesterday. And, sometimes the greatest skeptics become the greatest converts. And we know that with our products too. So here's something on, debilitating symptoms relief, sleep, dental, sleep, knee
Knees,
pain.
yeah.
You can go on and on and on, and you can kind of take a look through these and then think about your contacts. Think about the people that you love and care about that may have some of these: shoulder pain relief, more flexibility, skin improvement, ruptured calf. Our son just had a softball accident, and he's on crutches with calf, and he's
He's got
patched
that
up.
same problem. We should send that to him.
You know what?
He's got a ruptured calf.
Why don't you do that? I'll let you do that, honey. He's never, I said, honey, how often do you go to Vibrant Living? He goes, never. And so now he gets the penny drop for Gregory yesterday. So here's Connie, who feels 14 years younger. When you come across people that have toothaches or, a growth, on their skin, irreversible eye diseases. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And so this one from Jim was a great one because he documented everything. Oh, so I need to clear my throat. But skin, improved veins, how many people complain about bulging veins? Knee pain gone. It goes on and on and on and on. So you can see that there's a tremendous amount of value. We can mention disease states here. I know this can be a little confusing because we're not mentioning the company. We're not putting the company in any harm.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's okay. But, if you want to just stay safe, you don't have to. Headache relief, it goes on, stomach bug, bone protrusion. You can see that we have many, many different kinds of stories that you can share with people. And people have had a lot of success acquiring customers, and a lot of those customers turn into distributors. But what's really wonderful is they want to stay on the product as they continue to see. You see how many stories? It goes on and on and on and on.
Questions or comments?
Okay, so anyone have comments or questions? I'll stop the screen share for now.
Or leave it.
Or I can leave it. because there's, and I can scroll through some of the other things that are going on. If you have a question or a comment, please unmute and speak up.
I just wanted to point out, this is Connie, and I wanted to point out for anybody who doesn't understand what a tag is and why you would do it, Robin, that was really helpful showing exactly how to do it. The value of it is that when they're tagged, it goes into their notifications. And so they are alerted that you have tagged them in a post and they can go directly to that post. So that notification that they get is the critical piece of the tagging.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Connie has used this in another company and really understands the value of it. And there's a lot of helpful stuff. Can you help me out here? A most holistic way for cholesterol issues. Now, remember, we don't mention any products. And so if a product title goes up, the post goes down and a comment saying, please repost and take this out. And so you'll see there's, I mean, Anne, God bless you, Anne Moreau. I mean, she had amazing education on here for people. So let's see where her big post was, because it was quite something. It goes, I mean, she gives what to eat, what not to eat. So there's great education here also. We have Anne's a healthcare practitioner, a nurse, a nutritionist. She offers so much value to our group. And so do so many of you. And then, you know, there's wonderful, Helen gives some great inspiration, and Ravel does some amazing photos. This is the story that won the sleeve from Karen Doherty. This is an amazing story of what she went through and from here to here. I mean, it's incredible, the transformation she had with the patches, and the practitioners that worked with her were in awe of what happened to her. And Anne Marie, who's on the line, you know, shared her dental experience, which, you know, most of us are not, that's not our favorite place to go, but she had 4 crowns in one sitting and she never felt the shots. I mean, just so you can get inspired just by looking through here. And then I just said, just curious, what's your favorite part of the community? And oh, this one. This is a fan of mine. What can I say? Just one, you know, the energy, the group, that, you know, the fearless leaders. And I like this one, so I posted that. But, you know, here's another story with a beautiful before and after picture. I mean, how often has something like this happened to any of us, you know, and in one, you know, 5 hours later, look what happened, you know. So there's just, and this is a wonderful thing that Karen posted, you know, take your shoes off and get grounded. And here's how it affects the rest of your body. You can exchange the health benefits from the electrons in the earth to support your body. So anyway, anyone have comments? And there's one of Helen's great recipes. And this was a great story from BJ. He won a sleeve of patches for this story. You know, he was a Marine and he had, he was, you know, hurting. His knees were hurting. So questions, comments. Oh, we have a few people. Is that Jen? Why don't you unmute and share?
Hi, I just want to exhort you in this topic today. It is just fantastic. I have taken a step back from Facebook and I'm really being very thoughtful, because I think Facebook can be used for good, but it can be used for evil too. And to be very purposeful and with intention is very important, because if you're not tagging people to those testimonies, somebody gets on Vibrant Living and at most will swipe 2 times. And if all they're seeing is a recipe and a touchy-feely statement or some kind of post about some ideology that somebody wants to proclaim on Vibrant Living, it can be a real turnoff. So being very intentional in posting those testimonies is awesome. And I just want to encourage and edify that revelation that Gregory had yesterday, and just, you know, using this business call to make that proclamation. And I just want to thank all of the admins on Vibrant Living, because it takes all of you being in agreement and and oneness to bring that to the community. And I'm just so thankful to be part of that and to be a partaker of that. So I look forward to the energy that's coming and that is on that site. So thank you so much. I just so appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Jen. And if there's anything that ever shows up that you find, distasteful or, not inclusive, please, reach out to the admins and let us know, because our job is to have this be inclusive for everybody. We don't ever want to alienate anyone. And so let us know, but I really appreciate that a lot. And Darlene has great recipes. Great recipes.
Yes, she does. She does.
I know. I've tried lots of them.
I know. But I think the other things might get lost.
Right.
And so that's what I think what you're trying to bring into focus is that the meatiness, the meat of the content can get lost if people aren't being intentional and purposeful about tagging their invites.
Okay, so that's the message today.
So the message is everybody go to guide section 4. If you,
And think of people
if
that
you're
you
business
know.
focused like me and you don't cook, skip the other ones.
But there's a lot of people that love the other one. So we have different personality
Right.
styles, as you can see.
Yeah.
And this is for everyone. So if you're just going straight to business, go to guide
If you
4.
want to use it to build your business,
Yes. Well,
you know,
that's great. Thank you, Gregory.
thank
So
you.
we have someone else whose hand is up and I can't see who that is. So who is that? You want to unmute your line and share? Oh, I think you're still muted.
Is that Polly?
No, who's that? Can you see?
Well, I see, it says Pale Mutik. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Go ahead, you're still muted.
You're
I can
still
see your-
muted.
Your lips are moving, but gotta
Unmute your line,
unmute
please.
yourself. Still muted.
Okay.
Darn.
Why don't you keep trying to unmute and we'll go to Mike and then to Tim and Helen. So Mike, you want to go?
Yes, there was that picture that came up that talked about bare feet and had all of the different zones on your feet.
Yeah.
Will that tell us like where kidney 1 is and all that type of thing?
No. No, kidney 1 isn't.
Yeah, Paul's unmuted.
Yeah, Paul's on mute. Okay. No, you look that if you want to know where kidney 1 is, just do a search in your search bar for acupuncture point kidney 1 and it'll pop up. And we also have some of those in the nitty gritty site too.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
You're welcome. And so Paul Moody, you want to go now?
Hey, it's Paul, not Pal. It's okay.
Okay.
And you answered my question.
Oh, okay. Well,
So, great job. This was really great for me because I'm not a computer guy, as you can tell.
well, wonderful. Well, glad you're here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Helen and Tim, did you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to give a testimonial that, we have had people who we've invited and people from our downloads, people they've invited, sign up as customers. They have become distributors. So I'm just sharing that there are stories of success here and, it's growing every day. But I want to just say that, we look for a balance of, recipes, lifestyle, inspiration, and stories, because if it were all stories, then people might feel like they're being sold something. But it's really about all of us sharing and enhancing all of our lives with a lot of wonderful things. So we encourage all of you to, start posting more and sharing more, because a lot of times it looks like the same people, a lot of us, the admins. So we're really excited, to have you join us in some amazing postings and for sure stories. So
Great. Yeah, the engagement is really helpful for people. And as leaders in the business, your people need to see you being visible and active. And video testimonials of, they're the best, but not everyone's willing to do them or knows how to do them. But get pictures in there. Visuals are really great. But do engage with other people's, thank them, and then tag your friends. Okay, who else wants to share? Kay. You're on, Kay.
Good morning. Thank you so much for this. As one of the elder statesmen of this business, I don't know anything about Facebook, so this really, really opened my eyes, and I appreciate you doing that. May I change the subject for just a moment?
Of course.
I came on this morning particularly because I wanted you to show us how, and I think Connie might have to do this, how to get your personal referral link. I don't understand that at all.
Your personal referral link for
To be able, I assume you can email that to people then and they end up on your website. Do we not have that? I ran
Um,
Are
into
you
that.
talking, are
You
you
mean-
talking about your URL? So that would be your lifewave.com/username.
No, I
Is that-
understand that. I thought that
Okay,
there
are you-
was, I thought someone referred to a personal referral link one time, and I know in other companies you can develop that and just, it takes them right into where you want them to go. But maybe
That
Lifeway
is,
doesn't-
yeah, that is your personal referral link, but customers also have a link that is attached to you. So in your customer's account, there's a link there that they can share with someone. And if someone goes there, it will take them to your URL. So if they sign up, they will be referred by that customer, but sponsored by you.
And
I don't-
Is that maybe?
let me
I
add-
don't understand where you find, you say in your customer's account.
So yeah, so if your customer has their back office, their account, when they go in, right at the bottom under their name and their phone number and all of that, you'll see a link and it says their personal referral link. And if someone was to share that link with their friend and their friend used that link to go and purchase, the customer would be the referral and you would automatically be the sponsor because they are your customer. So
Maybe
as
next time we
corporate-
meet, somebody could show this on the screen so that we're understanding it maybe next week.
Yeah, and once we roll out the new enrollment process, right now, as Robin always says, you know, I would be skeptical to send somebody to a link. I get their information, I enroll them. But as they roll out the new enrollment, it is going to be a much simpler thing for the average person to maneuver. And those links could become really, really critical. And same with your URL to where somebody could actually simply enroll themselves. So hopefully
Okay,
that will be rolled out at Summer Summit.
thank you.
Let me mention one other thing along the same line, Kay. If you want to send someone to a specific page on your website, you go to that page, copy the address from your browser window and send it to them, and they'll go to that page.
Good suggestion. Yes, I understand exactly what you're saying. Thank you, Gregory.
Mhm.
And
okay.
we might in the future too, Robin, in the future, once the process is honed in for enrollment, we may want to train on how to use the shopping cart.
Yeah.
Because we literally have a shopping cart where you can put products in for your person, send them a link and they can check out.
That's the kind of thing I was looking for.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
So let's
wait.
train on that next week.
Well, let's wait until after the summit and make sure everyone's enrolled for the summit because there's a lot of new things and enhancements for the customer program. So let's wait for that and then we'll do a training on that, Kay. Okay, great. And someone else, Sybil, would you like to share? Unmute.
I
Yes.
have two things. One, I'm confused because I've been sharing my link with people and then they can't go to it and sign up. There's a lot of confusion and they need my ID. Is that what you're talking about now? That people really can't sign up with the link unless they have our user, our LifeWave ID?
No, they should be able to, because if you give lifewave.com/your username, they're in your replicating website. That's what you want to share with people. But like Gregory mentioned and Connie, I think, until the user experience is, enhanced a little bit more. It's way better than it used to be. I like to be there with people. I don't send them a link to go there alone. I want people to have a really good first experience. And very soon we'll be able to do that with ease. But right now I hold their hand a little bit.
Thank
Okay.
you. Well, I sent somebody there this week, it was my stepdaughter, and she's a computer expert. She graduated with honors, and that's her job. She works in connection with the military, and she couldn't sign in. And well, maybe because I added my business name, maybe that was the confusion, but.
Yeah.
And then she couldn't sign in. She wanted to be a preferred customer, and she ended up just being a distributor. So
Yeah.
it was confusing. And a lot of people who are computer literate, they don't want my help, but I'll try again.
What you might say to your daughter is say, I realize you're an expert and we are in a transition to a better user experience and there's a few glitches. So I'd like to walk you through it. And
Thank you.
they seem to be fine when I say that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I'm in Sarasota on a wellness trip. I'm going to a renowned clinic. And the first time I came a year and a half ago, it was to work on my feet, but he didn't have time. I'd been in an accident some years ago. And it's activated, isolated stretching. So I only had 10% movement in my neck until that trip. But today, after this week, I have like so much
Alright.
more. And the first time I came, I cried through at least half of the therapy. I was there for 3 hours. And it was very, very painful. This time I was using the patches. And he kept saying, I know this is hurting you. And I was like, it's not hurting. So that was pretty cool.
So
I kept thinking,
You get
maybe
to
he's
live-
not doing it as hard, like, because it really was such a huge difference. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Wonderful. And feel free to share your stories. Anyone else? We're at the bottom of the hour. Our chat's kind of squeaked past 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So we want to respect everyone's time. Any other final comments or questions before we close for the day?
Hey,
Robin,
that last story would be good in our vibrant living because so many people are in physical therapy. Thank you.
Yes. Great. Well, I want to thank Gregory for the inspiration to do this. He's going, I don't get the value of vibrant living. I said, do you ever go there? He goes, no, I don't want to know about recipes. And that's all he would say until we talked about it yesterday on the director's call. He goes, we got to share with everyone else what happened to me yesterday. So engage, have fun, be inspired, put your posts up, share, tag, and have fun and grow your business. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So what was your question, honey?
Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.